Hello friends and welcome. I'm Sarah Liz and I'm super excited to be joining Kendra's card challenge for a video hop featuring super sponsor Cat Scrappiness. There is a giveaway, there's tons of inspiration, card sketches. So let's take a look at what I'm crafting with. So this is the summer Quokka stamp set and it is ridiculously cute. There's also coordinating dies. I have this happy summer word with shadow die that actually I thought I was going to use but I'm not. I'll use it in my video on Monday. These are the double stitched ovals. And then I have a couple of sprinkle mixes. I'm going to add in a few other supplies as we go along, but that's kind of the basics of it. So I'm going to get started on our card, and then as we get moving, I'll tell you more about that giveaway and some other fun things coming up. I am starting by adding some pattern paper from the Crafty Quokka's pattern paper from Cat Scrappiness to my card base. I added a full A2 panel, but that wasn't necessary. So Kendra's card challenge gives you 15 different card sketches, and on the sketch she actually has that yellow paper as just 2 1/4-inch strips on either side. But you guys, I'm terrible at like doing a deep dive and reading closely, so I have an entire piece of pattern paper back there. It's going to be fine. Then I cut the largest of the double stitched ovals out of some pink cardstock and then the next smaller one. And what I love is that it cuts that stitching into both the outside and the inside of the die. So now I have a frame that has stitching twice. It's so, so beautiful. Cat has these in a bunch of different shapes. They're some of my favorite go-to dies. I use that same large oval to cut a piece of acetate as well because we're gonna make a shaker. I have some 2mm thin foam strips and I'm gonna double them up. There's some little white plastic ball pieces in my sprinkle mix that are kind of tall, so I needed the extra space, but if you were using a flatter mix, you wouldn't need to do that. There is a bit of stickiness on the outside of my foam tape, and so I like my old school like embossing buddy for this, and I have it in a binder clip and I'm just rubbing it along either side before I remove that release paper, and it will keep all of my shaker bits from sticking to that foam. I removed the release paper from both sides and I'm easily able to just curl it around that oval. I needed a little extra foam to fill in a gap. So just make sure when you do that that your foam is touching. I put my shaker bits in this tray and you guys, I knew it was coming and it still got me. I picked out some of the largest balls from this. You can kind of see them in my little silver tray there. And of course I spilled them all over my desk. So at this point I was like, I better put the back on this shaker before anything else gets set on fire. But now it's all sealed up. I'll clean up my desk and we can keep moving right along. I didn't quite get the ovals lined up, but that's okay. I'm going to use my scissors and trim that back piece a little bit. I'm just being careful not to undercut that foam because I don't want to spring a leak. Like that would not be fun. Once the shaker's done, I can start working on my sentiment. I switched which one I was using. This is the Summer Vibes word die with shadow, and I'm going to stack it up 3 times. And so while I'm doing that, and you're watching me get glue all over the back of my hand, that's how I keep it from oozing out, I'm going to tell you about the giveaway. There is a form in the description box below the video that you need to fill out to enter the giveaway, and you can win prizes from Cards by Kendra. The giveaway deadline is April 11th, 2024. So make sure you do that. And then you'll also find down there a link to a playlist that has all of the videos from the hop. I love Kendra's sketches. They just make for a bunch of really quick and easy cards. She gives you cutting guides to maximize your 6x6 pattern paper. And then throughout the quarter, because it's a quarterly challenge, there are lots of videos and hops to give you inspiration on how to use those sketches and how to switch them up. I really like stretching those sketches. So today we're making a really fancy one with a shaker. On Monday, I will have a Quick Card Monday video where I make 3 more cards from her sketches using these same supplies. So if you are interested in that, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, and if you ring the bell, you'll be notified every time I have a new video. I have new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 8 a.m. Central Time. Okay, so I have my summer vibes all stacked up. You wouldn't have to stack it up, my friends. I was just feeling a little extra. And then I'm trying to decide which of my Quokka dudes I want on my card. And I settled for this guy, like in his lounge chair under his beach umbrella. I have lots of family members, male family members with summer birthdays. And we also go on a big old family vacation to Mexico every summer. And so this is definitely going to one of them, because I can imagine at least 3 of them as this Quokka, like with their drink, hanging out in the sun, feeling the summer vibes. But I do want to make this like particularly a birthday card. So I'm putting all the pieces on the shaker, but I haven't attached the shaker to the card yet because I want to add like an extra mini sentiment. I release free printables on the 1st and 3rd Friday of every month that have free sentiments that you can download and print, and a card sketch. This is from January. I will link to that video at the end of this one and in the description box below. It is full of birthday sentiments. I already have a bunch cut, but not the one I wanted. So I am just lining up the tick marks in my trimmer, and I can easily cut those out really, really quickly. There's also circle sentiments and rectangle sentiments in that kit. This one says it's party time, and I think that really emphasizes that this is a birthday card. So it's about a 1/4 inch thick, and then I'm adding that on top of a 3/8 inch strip of cardstock just to give it a little mat. And then I have another strip that's ever so slightly narrower, and I'm going to clip it just a little bit shorter. So I call these emergency cards, cards where you can easily change out the sentiment based on the occasion for which you need a card. So I am going to glue the smaller strip straight to my card, and I'm making sure that my "it's party time" will cover it up. On the back, I've added some extra foam in the places that weren't the shaker, just to make sure they're not going to get crushed. I'll add some wet glue, and then I'm going to add that onto my card. When I go to add "it's party time," I'm going to use removable adhesive. This stuff sticks pretty well. I'm going to put it on here, but then I'll pull it right back off, and you can see it comes off pretty easily. If I wanted to put a different sentiment there, emergency sentiments are all kind of the same size, and they're super interchangeable. So that finishes up my fun summer shaker. Be sure to hop along by visiting that playlist. And then here's a sneak peek of the 3 cards that will be in my video on Monday. Those Quokkas, you guys. And then I love the font on that "You Rock." And finally, I just stole the umbrella for a happy summer. I'd like to drink through a few things with you. Once again, thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you next time.